Praise the Lord. There's been much happening around the world. I guess the Pope resigned, is gone now, for whatever reason, besides going to jail for 25 years. Just saying, March is upon us, and there's a lot of things going on here on earth. And really, we need to clean house. We do. I'm going to read to you Malachi. I'm going to begin with the very first chapter, very first verse. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. And I really believe this has a lot to do with America. See, this is just a foreshadowing. What happened to Israel is what's going to repeat itself here in America. And we need to listen to Malachi. It's very, very prophetic. I have loved you, said the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau's Jacob's brother? Saith the Lord, yet I love Jacob, and I hateth Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. See, Jacob was the youngest God chose, and Esau was the oldest whom God rejected. Although one of the main things that Esau did do when he grew up was marry the Canaanite women, which was really strictly forbidden of God. Whereas Eden saith, we are impoverished. We will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. And your eyes shall see, and you shall say, the Lord be magnified from the border of Israel. Now we see this happen to Israel, that he did tear down. They had said in their heart, we will rebuild. But he says, I will throw down. See, that's that harbinger that was spoken over in Isaiah, where the city was torn down, and Israel said, I would rebuild and make it stronger. Well, we said that too when the towers went down, releasing the same curse. Because see, also Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord host, thou shalt build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation for. We have said that we would rebuild over there in New York. We would build it better, build it stronger, build it taller. That is what we're doing. But God will tear it back down. Only a matter of time. He will destroy it again. I believe in the most horrifying way, because of our own puffed up pride, we have reaped the whirlwind. On to verse 6. A son honoreth his father, and a servant his master. If then I be a father, where is mine honor? See, we call him Father God. Some don't, because they don't believe in God. But if God is the Father, then where is his honor? And if I be a master, where is my fear? Do you honor him? Do you fear him? Saith the Lord of hosts unto you, O priests that despise my name, and say, wherein have you despised that? And ye say, wherein have we despised thy name? That's what the priests did. Directly we'll hear it, right from Jesus' mouth. Ye have polluted bread upon my, you have offered polluted bread upon my altar, and say. Polluted bread has leaven in it. Could be that sourdough bread that I don't like. What? Just saying, okay, don't get hyper. Wherein have we polluted thee? Wherein have we polluted thee? In that ye say the table of the Lord is contemptible. And if ye offer the blind for a sacrifice, it is evil. See, they would offer bad sacrifices, like the sheep and the goats be blind. What is the church today offering? Really offering to God. Not themselves, but to God. And if you offer the lame and the sick, is it not evil? See, they had got word they would bring lame and sick animals to slaughter as sacrifice, not the perfect, not the ones without spot or blemish. Offer it now unto thy governor. Will he be pleased with thee? You know, if you go and offer this stuff to the government, you know, crappy things to the government, you think they're going to be pleased? Hey, Obama now has got into this thing. If you got $500,000, you can pay it to this group, and you get to sit at the table with Obama, maybe talking about decisions that needs to be made for America. What a government. Will he be pleased with thee, or accept thy person, saith the Lord of hosts? I mean, with me and my few bucks, I walk up there and I have only like $5 or $10 in my hand and say, hey, I want to be at that table. I've got an opinion. Let me discuss what we should do with America and not do with America. You think he's going to honor me? He's going to say, $500,000, honey. And now I pray you, beseech God that he will grace unto you. Thus hath been by your name, and he will he regard your person, saith the Lord of hosts? Let's say that again. And now I pray you, beseech God that he will be generous unto you, us, that hath been by your means. He regard your person, saith the Lord of hosts. Who is even ever among you that would shut the door for naught? Neither do ye kindle fire on my altar for naught. I have no pleasure in you, saith the Lord of hosts, neither will I accept an offering in your hand. At that time the Israel priest was so vile and offering evil gifts and sacrifice to the God, and that God said, "No, I'm not pleased with you guys." That's what He has become with America, lining up together. He's saying, "I'm not pleased with your sacrifices and your offerings. I won't accept them. For from the rising of the sun, even unto the going down of the same, my name shall be great among the Gentiles. In every place incense shall be offered unto my name, and a pure offering for my name shall be great among the heathen, saith the Lord of hosts." Right now, He has offered that thing to us through Yahshua HaMashiach. He is accepting right now our offering. But the church is becoming more and more like Israel was at that time, and our government itself is becoming like the government of Israel at that time. But ye have profaned it, in that ye say the table of the Lord is polluted, and the fruit thereof, even His meat, is corrupt. Ye say also, Behold, what a wondrous is it, and ye have sniffed at it, saith the Lord of hosts. And ye brought that which was torn, and the lame, and the sick, that ye brought in offering. Should I accept this of your hand, saith the Lord? Should He accept the gift from the churches of today any longer? They've been polluted. They've been polluted with vanity. I think the prosperity message is one of the biggest pollutions in the churches of today. Just like the priest was offering sick and lame animals that were torn, things that were said that could not be brought into the temple and be sacrificed for a sin offering. Couldn't. It had to be without spot or blemish. But cursed be the deceiver, which hath in his flock a male, and voweth and sacrificed unto the Lord a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, saith the Lord of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen. I mean, He's telling Israel that you had in your flock a good lamb, a good male, but you have brought the corruptible one to offer as a sacrifice. And He says, I'm going to curse you. And when I do, my name is dreadful among the heathen. They will tremble in fear. America, the churches in America, you are in trouble. You are in trouble. Just like Israel, like the priest in Israel was at this time. This prophecy was going out. It's a type and shadow thing, people. Verse 2. And now, O ye priests, that commandeth is for you. The commandment is for you. He's saying, now I'm talking to you, the priest, the church. If ye will not hear, and if ye will not lay it to heart to give glory unto my name, saith the Lord of hosts, I will even send a curse upon you, and curse your blessing. He's saying, I'm going to curse your blessing. Yet I have cursed them already, because ye do not lay it to heart. The churches, the religious establishment here in America and around the world is being cursed. Their blessings are being cursed. What would have been a blessing is no longer the blessing. You know, I will bless your fruit of the fields. But now he's saying, instead of a blessing, I'm going to curse it. Behold, I will corrupt your seed and spread dung upon your face, even the dung of your solemn feast, and one shall take you away with it. He says, I'm going to curse everything. Everything. I'm going to curse your seed. That is the fruit of your body, of your fields. I'm going to curse it, and I'm going to spread dung upon your face. And ye shall know that I have sent this commandment unto you, and that your commandment be with Levi, saith the Lord of hosts. My covenant was with him of life and peace, and I gave them to him for the fear wherein he feared me, and was afraid before my name. See, he had the beginning, Levi, born of Judah, was given a blessing and a life of peace. But because of their disobedience, he's taken it away. That's the way with America. When America was founded, after, we become a nation, winning it from England and really getting this country established and writing the Constitution of the United States and stuff, he blessed this country. But he's turning, just like he did with Israel. He's going to turn because the covenant that he had gave with the forefathers in the beginning is gone, because America has fallen. The law of truth was in his mouth, and iniquity was not found in his lip. See, the founding fathers, I know they made mistakes, and Levi made mistakes too, but in the long run, the law of truth was in his mouth. The law of truth was in our forefathers' mouth, and iniquities was not found in his lips. The iniquities in forming this country was not found. He walked with me in peace, and iniquity did turn many away from the equality did turn many away from iniquity. This country had so many revivals that broke out into it. The glory of God come upon so many, like the Zuzu Street revival and others. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth, for he is the messenger of God. The priest, the preachers, the evangelists are messengers of God, of the Lord of hosts. But you are departed out of the way. Look at what preachers are saying on TV nowadays and other places. Ye have caused many to stumble at the law. Many. I mean, right now, churches through Constantine say that the law is none and void. Jesus did not come to destroy the law. He came to fulfill it. And in him is the embodiment of the law. And those 10 commandments lived back then, and they are alive now, and they should be written on our heart, that we obey. We obey. You can't do away with the 10 commandments and the law. They are set and formed by God himself. It says, ye have corrupted the covenant of Levi, saith the Lord. Let's go back up. But ye are departed out of the way. You have caused many to stumble at the law. And you preachers that say that, the law is no longer enforced, you're wrong. You cause many to stumble. Ye have corrupted the covenant of Levi, saith the Lord of hosts. Therefore have I also made you corrupted and base before all the people, according as ye have not kept my way, but have made petitions in the law. We see no tabernacle over there, temple over there. We don't see anything going on in Israel as far as keeping of the law. Even the Orthodox Jews are walking a fine line of keeping and not keeping the law. Have we not all one Father? Haven't not one God created us? We do. We have only one Father. Why do we deal treacherously every man against his brother by profaning the covenant of our fathers? We have to walk very carefully in how we deal with each other and not be cursing and praying death and stuff upon each other. We cannot profane the covenant of our Father by profaning his name with prayers that are not of him. Judah hath dealt treacherously, and abomination is committed in Israel and in Jerusalem. For Judah profaned the holiness of the Lord, which he loved, and hath married the daughter of a strange god. They went out and married into the world. In other words, they married the daughters of these people that believed and worshiped strange gods. The church has become polluted by doing the same thing, and we don't teach our children to be careful and pray before you get married. Pray mightily that God will deliver you a holy, righteous man. We don't teach them, therefore they go out and marry into the world. And what does the world do to them? Drag them down. Our sons are the same way. We don't teach them in the ways of God and knowing how they should pick their mate. If you marry into the world, you drag the world into your home, and you have to deal with it daily because you're married to it. But if you marry a righteous person, a holy person that's trying to walk with him, of course they're going to make mistakes because they're in the flesh. But I'm saying you need to be more cautious on who you're marrying. The Lord will cut off the men that doth this, the master and the scholar, out of the tabernacle of Judah, and him that offering unto the Lord of hosts. In other words, he's saying, you priests, you preachers, you people that go out and do this and knowing that you shouldn't, that you should keep yourself holy and righteous before him and marry somebody that God can truly pick out for you and not get impatient. And this have ye done again, covering the altar of the Lord with tears, with weeping, and with crying out, insomuch that he regarded not the offering any more. God says, no, I'm not accepting this offering anymore. And receiveth it with good will at your hand. Yea, ye say, whereby? Because the Lord hath been witness between thee and the wife of thy youth, against whom thou hast dealt treacherously with, yet is she the companion and the wife of thy covenant. Sometimes people will go off and get married and divorce that righteous person and marry into the world. That's happening too. That's dealing treacherously with a wife of the covenant. And the church says it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Now, I know there's times when divorce happens and you've tried everything you can to save that marriage. You have bent over backwards to save that marriage. And that person has decided he no longer or she no longer wants to live with you because maybe you're too righteous. Maybe they don't want to live with a person that lives for God, and they choose to walk away from you because they don't want to serve God and they no longer want to live with you. Well, that is their choice. May break your heart. But if they want to leave and they're of the world, there's not much you can do but let them go. I learned that the hard way. And sometimes you cry many tears. And did not he make one? Yet had he the resort of the Spirit, Residue of the Spirit, and wherefore one, that he might seek a godly seed. See, God is seeking a godly seed here right now on this earth. He was seeking it back then with Israel. He's seeking it once again, a godly seed. Therefore take heed to your spirit, and let none dwell treacherously against the wife of his youth. Seek him. Take heed. And don't let your eyes be wandering off into this world and walking back into this world into sin. Remember who called you, who died for you. Remember these things and take heed to your spirit. For God is seeking a holy seed that will stand for him, that will rise up for him. Now, for months now, I've been telling you, God has the redeemed, a seed, a called out ones, chosen, that group that he's calling out, that Remnant that he's calling out. He's calling it out now. It is time to stand for him. Not for a person, okay? Not for a person supporting a person, but supporting Yahshua HaMashiach and him only. You don't need to support me. I'm just part of this. I'm part of the Remnant, okay? I'm part of the group. I'm nobody important. Nobody is important. We're equal. This Remnant that's being called out is totally 100% equal. Walking side by side together. Be calling out. And supporting Yahshua HaMashiach. You don't need to support Barbara or any other person. You know, they'll say, oh, support me, support me. No. Support Yahshua HaMashiach. We are in the last days. We need to support our first love, which is him. For the Lord, the God of Israel, saith that he hath for the Lord, the God of Israel, saith that he hath putting away for one covenant violence with his Garment, saith the Lord of hosts. Therefore take heed to your spirit, that ye deal not treacherously. Ye have wearied the Lord with your words. Well, you see, preachers give long, exhorted orations and just wah, 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 wah. Or they will praise themselves. Oh, I have done this. I have done that. I have people in 25 countries with different languages following me, and I am giving them the word. Or let's get on our new jet there and jet over to Africa or India and hold a revival or a crusade or whatever. They're just getting where the Lord is weary with their words, because it's repetitive, and most of it's all about prosperity. Give me your money. Let me send, give me your seed money. That's not the seed. The seed is the word of God, not money. Okay? Yet ye say, wherein have ye wearied me? When ye say, everyone that doth evil is good, and I hear this over and over and over, right in the church, talking about abortions. It's okay. It's okay. It's nothing wrong with it. Homosexual marriage inside the church. It's okay, patting men and women that's into pornography or into drugs. And you know what? One of the biggest drugs in the world nowadays that people take are pharmacy drugs, pharmaceutical drugs. It's become one of the #1 addictive drugs, especially here in America. And they call evil good in the sight of the Lord, and he delighteth in them. See, they'll say, the Lord delighteth in homosexual marriage. He loves the homosexual. Well, yeah, he did, because Yahshua died for them, but they do have to come out of their sin, and they can't keep doing this act of homosexuality. They have to walk away from it. Even if you kind of have to become celibate or whatever, you cannot indulge in it and still think it's okay. That is calling evil good. When a woman comes in and she's pregnant and she says, oh, I'm just a few weeks long or a few months long, and the preacher says, okay, go ahead and have an abortion. And our government is just as bad. Look at what they do. They have abortion clinics on every corner. Well, not quite that bad, but they have a lot of them. But they say evil is good. Having affairs outside of marriage, that's okay. Everybody does it, No, I don't, but, And he delighteth in them, or where is the God of judgment? That's why judgment is falling. That is why judgment is falling. Right now, let's go over to Matthew. Okay, Matthew 23. Matthew 23. This is what Jesus was saying to the Pharisees. Almost the same things was said over here in Malachi. Then speaketh Jesus to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sat in Moses' seat. See, the scribes and the Pharisees were supposed to be sitting in Moses' seat. All therefore, whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do. But do not ye after their works, for they say and do not. In other words, like our ministers today, they'll go and preach the word, and some of them really, really preach the word. I mean, they'll preach their thing and it'll line right up with the word. They'll tell you to be holy, to be righteous, to walk and observe the 10 Commandments, to walk and observe the Sabbath day. I'm a Sabbath day keeper. I mean, a Sabbath day, Saturday, Sabbath day keeper. I am a Sabbath day keeper. They'll tell you to do this, but yet, and he's saying, you know, do what they're telling you to do. They're speaking the truth, but do not ye after their works. What they do, their works. You can hear their words. The words are telling the truth, but their works are not the truth. Their works are totally different than what they preach. I have to say this. It's sort of like when I was with Elizabeth, and what sometimes I see her say. Some of her words can be right on. I mean, right in line with the scriptures. I mean, telling the word. But then, when you're around and you see her works, they don't line up. So, if you're going to listen to the ones that are spiritually led, spiritual things, you can listen to the words, but don't follow her works. You know what I'm saying? For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers. They will tell you, you got to do this, you got to do that, and they'll bind them up and say, if you don't, you're going to die and go to hell. If you don't do what I tell you to do, you're going to die and go to hell now. But all their works they do for to be seen a man. The priest was like that. All of the works was done for man to see how, you know, I'm a priest. I am so holy. I am so righteous. I dress this way. I talk this way. But yet, their hearts are far from it. But all their works they do for to be seen a man. They make bread, their Phylaceteres, make their border, they make borders that are broad, and enlarge the borders of their garments, you know, enlarge the borders of their garments, and love the uppermost room at feast. And the chief sits in the synagogue, and the chief seats in the synagogue. And it says, and greeting in the markets, to be called a man, Rabbi, Rabbi. But be not ye called Rabbi, for one is your master, even Christ, and all ye are brethren. You know, some people walk around, I'm a prophet, I am a pastor, I am an evangelist, I'm an evangelist, you know. They like those titles, okay? But Christ says, and all ye are brethren. You know, we're equal. There's a level playing field there. And call no man your father on the earth, for one is your Father which is in heaven. Neither be ye called master. Well, go back up a little bit. See, I never could call my dad father, because he believed that, and he would get to us. Anyway, verse 10, neither be ye called master, for one is your master, even Christ. But he that is greatest among you, shall he be your servant. We are to be servants. If we're called, if we are given the authority of the office of a prophet or an evangelist or a pastor or an exhorter or whatever, we are servants to the body of Christ to build it. We don't exhort. And whosoever shall exhort himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. So you have to, if you try to exhort your position in the office that was given to you, then you're going to be abased. He's going to put you down. He's going to slam his hand right down on you. And he shall humble him, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. So the ones that are humble, they will be exalted. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees and hypocrites, for ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men, and for ye neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in. We see that amongst the ministers of today. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye devour women's houses, widows' houses for a pittance. Make long prayers, therefore ye shall receive the greater damnation. These people that are claiming so much, but giving so little, their works are nothing, even though they can speak the truth, the holy truth of God. But when their works does not line up with their words, they will receive great damnation. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye compress sea and land to make one proselyte, and when he is made, you make him twofold more the child of hell than yourselves. That's how the priest was back then. That's how the church has become now. Woe unto ye, ye blind guides, which say, whatsoever shall swear by the temple, it is nothing, but whatsoever shall swear by the gold of the temple, he is a debtor. Ye fools and blind, for whether is great, the gold or the temple, they sacrifice the gold. And whosoever shall swear by the altar, it is nothing, but whosoever sweareth by the gift that is upon it, he is guilty. Ye fools, blind, for whether is greater, the gift or the altar, that sacrifice the gift. Whatsoever therefore shall swear by the altar, sweareth by it, by all things therein. And whosoever shall swear by the temple, sweareth by it, by him that sweareth therein. And he that shall swear by the heaven, sweareth by the temple of God, and by him that sitteth thereon. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you pay tithes of mints, and anise, and cumin, and have anointed the weightier matter of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. They ought ye to have done, not to leave the other undone. When you do one, you have to do it all. You have to do it all. You can't just do part. You have to do it all. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you make clean the outside cup of the platter, but inside there you are full of exhortation, extortion, and excess. Thy blind Pharisees, cleanse first that which is within the cup and the platter, that the outside of them may be clean also. We've got to clean the inside. It's got to start from the inside out, people. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye are like unto white sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful on the outside, sepulchres can be beautifully white, but which indeed appear beautifully outward, but are within full of dead men's bones of uncleanliness. That's what the church has become. Right now, this is talking to the church. This is talking to the church here in the United States. You're failing. Even so, ye also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within ye are full of hypocrites and iniquity. Many of our people that are calling themselves ministers fit this. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you build the tombs of the prophets and garnish the sculptures of the righteous, and say, if we had been in the days of our father, we would not have been taken with them in the blood of the prophets. They're saying, you can hear that. If I was Israel and I was back there, I'd have never done that to them prophets. That's what the priest said to Jesus too. Wherefore ye have witnessed unto yourselves that ye are the children of them which killed the prophets. And really, when you think about it, the Presbyterians come out, we all come out of the Catholic Church. But yet we drag their dead bones along with us. And they killed the prophets. They burnt people at the stake. Literally. And call them, heretics and things. Just because they refused to walk and do exactly like the Catholic Church said. But yet we drag all of that out with us. Wherefore ye be witness unto yourselves that ye are the children of them that kill the prophets. Because we come out and we keep going to Sunday services and holding on to Easter that Constantine drug into the Catholic Church, and Christmas and all the pagan rituals and holidays and everything that churches have accepted. Fill ye up then with the measure of your father, ye serpents, ye generations of vipers. How can you escape the damnation of hell? It's speaking plainly to the church today, because you have accepted all the evil of the very church that you come out of, the Catholic Church, and that you will be going back into soon. Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them ye shall kill and crucify. And they did. And there's going to happen again, people. And some of them shall ye scourge in your synagogues and persecute them from city to city. It's going to come to a time that as Sabbath day keepers, as people that worship on Saturday, the true Sabbath day keepers, I'm not talking about Seventh-day Advents, okay? Don't get me mixed up with them. I'm talking about the true Sabbath day keepers. The church is going to finally get tired of us and turn on us. I have already been driven out of a lot of churches because of my belief, and I dare may say it because I did go to Sunday school, Sunday worship, but I always kept the Sabbath day. You think, well, what good harm could that be? Well, it must have been a lot, because I got taken out, told to leave. I was polluting their church. That upon you may come all the righteous blood shed upon this earth, from the blood of the righteous Abel unto the blood of Zacharias, son of Berechiah, whom ye slay between the temple and the altar. Verily I say unto you, all these things shall come upon this generation. And it did. That generation paid that price. In 70 AD, when Rome come in and destroyed the city, and destroyed this temple, and scattered Israel to the four winds of the earth, they paid. I'm telling you, this generation here is going to pay for every death of every prophet, for everyone that has died from the time that Yahshua went back to heaven, ascended from this earth. Every saint, everyone that has died by the hands of a religious group, and mainly the Catholic Church. Besides Rome crucified a lot of them. But it got worse when Constantine come in and took over the church and made it into the Roman Catholic Church that used to be in Istanbul, in Turkey, and then they moved it to Italy. But anyway, this generation is the generation that's going to die and pay for that blood. And he goes on, and he says, and, O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets, stones them that which are set unto thee, how often would I have gathered thy children together, even as a hen gathereth her chick under his wing, ye would not. Behold, your house is left unto you desolate. For I say unto you, ye shall not see me henceforth, till ye shall say, Blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord. Let me tell you this, and there's more to this teaching, and I will continue in another video. But I'm telling you, it is time to clean the house. We have to clean the house. If we don't clean the house and become holy, if we don't become more than what these scribes and Pharisees were in Malachi and what Yahshua said in Matthew, then we're going to be cast into desolation. We're going to be destroyed. He's calling out a remnant that is willing to stand and become a holy, holy, holy priesthood that will stand for him. A holy one that is poured with righteousness and holiness of him. We cannot just keep dilatorying along and keep sinning and think it's all right. We cannot keep doing the thing. We cannot keep doing the things that are evil and calling it good. It's no longer going to work. God used to wink at our ignorance. But the great outpouring that it's about to fall upon this remnant that he's calling out, this remnant that he is bringing forth to stand and fight. This remnant is a high priest. We're going to be priests right under the Yahshua HaMashiach, which is like under the order of the Melchizedek order. And we're also going to be an army with him. We're going to stand with him. We're going to fight with him. We've got to get ourselves clean from in here outwards. So what's in here that comes from our heart will pour out of our mouth and be holy and righteous. And then when we pray, our prayers will be answered, because He is teaching us how to really pray, how to really speak in His words. Not only speaking it, but walking it, living it, doing it, and becoming in a total, pure relationship with Yahshua HaMashiach. When you become into a relationship with someone, you're willing to put aside your own self to please that other one. There are sometimes I put away my own desires and wants to please my husband, because I love him. That's what we should do with Yahshua HaMashiach. Especially in these days and times, we got to walk it. We not only got to talk it, but we got to walk it and live it and be in a pure relationship with Him, casting out all sin and evil. That's why I totally believe in the total 10 Commandments. I strive daily to obey Him with my whole heart. By doing so, I'm going to obey the 10 Commandments. And I also believe strongly in the Sabbath day. I know a lot of people don't. But that's between you and God. But I am a Sabbath day keeper. And I believe that remnant that's commonly being called out, if you're not a Sabbath day keeper yet, you will become one, because He will lead you into His holiness and into His righteousness and into His purpose. Father, right now, bless this video. Bless it to your glory, bringing in your raiment that is being called in. Father, I'm just your handmaiden. I am that watchman on the wall, one of them, to call out that raiment, to stand before you, to be glorified through you, that you can show your presence here on earth through this raiment that you're calling out. I just happen to be one of them. Not more important or less important. But we become one with you, Yahshua, because you are the one that's important. You are the one that we will follow, and only you. In the name of Yahshua HaMashiach, bless this video.